Good afternoon, colleagues. Thank you so much for this opportunity and thank you for having me. So in the next 30 minutes, I'm supposed to lead a discussion on how to develop a systematic search. Okay. So everything about systematic review has to be systematic, including the searches. And we have to ensure that we are able to cast our net so wide in the landscape of literature so that when we say that we have systematically searched, nobody can come and accuse you and say that you said you have searched and this is there, you couldn't capture it. And to do that, there are a number of things that we need to take into consideration. Okay. So normally I prefer using the word exploration instead of searching. So I prefer calling it literature exploration. Exploration because the literature might be somewhere hiding. You need to explore before you can actually find it. It is not a matter of just going to Google and type in one or two things and you get your results. You need to systematically plan it and before you can get your answers. Now, there are a number of things. Please, I'll share my presentation later. The number of things that we need to take into consideration. One of them has to do with the topic you are choosing. Don't just choose any topic and begin working on. There are a number of frameworks that can guide us to choose our topics. One of them is the FINA framework. And then those of us in the health sciences, there is the effective healthcare program topic selection criteria. Now, any topic you choose, if you are using the FINA framework, for instance, you are required to ensure that the topic is feasible. So if you're doing a systematic review, the topic you choose should be very feasible in terms of, is it feasible to get the required literature I need? Feasible in terms of, do I have access to credible databases? Does my institution subscribe to some of these databases? So these are questions you need to answer before you embark on the study. So for the FINA is spelled F-I-N-G-R. The I stands for interesting. The study you choose should be of interest to the scientific community. You don't just want to do a systematic review or a scoping review and just move on because you have to do it. Ensure that it is of interest and is going to add to literature or knowledge and is going to help in solving societal problems. The N stands for novelty. You want to choose a topic that is novel, that is original. You don't want to be reinventing the wheel. You don't want to be reproducing existing knowledge. And then it should be ethical. Every topic you choose should be ethical. Ethical in terms of data collection, ethical in terms of the literature you are searching, and all other things. Then the final thing is that R should be of relevance to your area of specialty. It should be of relevance to the society, the scientific community, and all that. So please, when we are choosing our systematic review topics, let's be guided by some of these frameworks. Now, after you've gotten your topic, the next thing to do is to develop a research question out of your topic. And if you use the PICO approach, which Prof mentioned earlier, it's going to be very helpful in developing your research topic. Then number of the mnemonics, like the PICO approach, we have the PCC. So the PICO, P-I-C-O stands for, means that your research topic should have a population or patient if you are doing it in the clinical setting. There should be an intervention, and then there should be a comparator, and then there should be an outcome. If you are using the PCC, we are looking out for participants, we are looking out for concepts, and then we are looking out for context. When you use any of these, they are going to go a long way to help you to retrieve your literature. But before I come back to this, once you decide to embark on a systematic search, There are a number of things you have to bear in mind. One of them is what we call them searching techniques. We have one of them called the exact phrase search. Exact phrase search. So I'll be sharing my screen so that I will do some of the. Oh, okay. So it's being shared. All right. So for instance, let me go to my screen. Okay. So somebody wants to do something on, say, breast cancer. There are a number of sources that you can search for breast cancer. So one of them may be Google, which most people want to visit first. But as we go on, you come to realize that for systematic reviews, Google may not be the best place to start your search. All right, so I search for breast cancer. In Google, and I'm getting as much as 1.5 billion results. 1.5 billion results. Okay, the same breast cancer. If I put breast cancer in quotation marks, double quotation marks, let's see the results we will get. It reduces to 400 million plus results. So drastically, the results has been reduced. What happened? When you type breast cancer without the quotation marks, all you are telling the system is that you are interested in results that have the term breast cancer. Whether there's breast on paragraph 1 and cancer on paragraph 7, that's what you are telling the system, that breast can be on paragraph 1, cancer can be on page 17. But when you put them in quotation marks like this, you are forcing the system to understand that breast cancer should be treated as a concept, such that whenever the cancer and breast appears, the next word should be cancer. And that is what we call the exact phrase search. So these are some of the things that you can do to refine your searches. Apart from exact phrase search, we also have, you have to understand where you are doing your search. Like I said, it isn't the case that you always have to go to Google. If you are looking for academic related materials, you may want to go to Google Scholar. So scholar.google.com. So I'm going to search for breast cancer again in Google Scholar. Okay, so I do breast cancer, and the first one we had was something billion. Now in breast cancer is in Google Scholar is 3 million plus results. Now, if I do exact research in Google Scholar, you will see that the results will further be refined. Now it comes to 2 million plus results. So these little things can actually help you to refine yourself. When you are dealing with phrases, if your concept is a phrase, always remember to put it in quotation, double quotation mark. If you are using cancer, you are going to restrict yourself. There are some articles that may not use the word cancer. They may use neoplasm, they may use tumor, they may use carcinogen or carcinoma. These are all related terms. So it is important that you list all of them. Even management. Management, there could be other terms that, so it is always important to list them. Okay, so when it comes to food security too, a search may tell you something like food systems. When we search, we will get related terms for this. Now, I'm using cancer as a keyword. Now, we realize that apart from cancer, we have tumor, okay, and we even have tumors. So I'll truncate. Now, the things we discussed earlier, so we can have tumors as in TUMORS or TUMOURS. You can truncate. We can have neoplasm. We can have, and the other related terms. Now, in using the Boolean operators, like I said, we have the AND operator, we have the OR operator, and then we have the NOT operator. We normally use the OR operator for linking the related terms, the synonyms. So I will do cancer or tumor or neoplasm. Now, when you are doing or, all you are trying to tell the system is that you are interested in articles that have the term cancer. Or even if the term cancer is not there, but tumor is there, you are interested in it, or any of these concepts. Or even if all these concepts are present in the article, you are interested in it, in that particular material. So we use the or operator to link the related terms. All right. Okay. So I'll let it be like this. And management is a different concept. So maybe management, I'll have management, or somebody will say planning, or coordination, or treatment. I think medically treatment will do. So let's say these are the terms that we use for management. And then food. Can we get another term for food? And security, can we get another term for security? Now, once we have agreed on all this, the next thing for us to do is to put these concepts, the unique concepts, so cancer and its related terms, together with management and its related terms, together with food and its related terms. And to do that, we normally use the AND operator. Now, when you use the AND operator, this is what you are telling the system. You are telling the system that you are interested in only results that contain the terms that you used. So if you are using the set of terms relating to cancer and the set of terms relating to management, you are only interested in results that capture these. So first, again, mathematics, board maths will tell you that when you have an expression like this, you put the related terms in parentheses. So we put this in parentheses. Then to link them, I'll bring my AND operator. So you have something like this. Sorry. So you have cancer or tumor or neoplasm in one bracket, and management or planning or treatment in one bracket. Now, when you search, the system is going to first search for results on this, cancer or tumor or this. Whatever set of results it gets, it now pairs it with the results it will get for management or planning or treatment. Okay, and that helps the good. Thank you. So somebody is saying that security, we can use safety. So we can do that. When you do this, your search is very systematic. What it also means is that, and that's why in systematic reviews, when you finish your search and you are writing your protocol and your manuscript, you are also, as part of your methods, to illustrate or to indicate your search strategy. Okay, so that if anybody wants to verify that indeed you systematically searched, the person can just pick your search query and go to the database in question and do the search from there. Okay, so when we go back to our online databases, we want to demonstrate the same thing in our online databases. Okay, so somebody is asking whether we can search the whole thing together at a time, or you search separately. Okay, so I'm going to answer this in PubMed briefly. Please permit me. I'm going to answer this in PubMed. So PubMed is one of the good databases for biomedical health-related information. The address is pubmed.gov. Okay. So in PubMed, we have what we call advanced search and then the simple search or the basic search. So over here, we do our basics, and most databases will have this interface, the basic search, where normally you search using only a few of the what we call the search terms, or the So the search terms. So if, for instance, you are looking for material, you can come and type an author's name or the title or the DOI or any unique feature of a material. If you are using any of these individually, you are doing what we call basic search. But for a systematic search, you normally will want to do the advanced search. Okay, so to do that, first we mentioned that you work on the individual concept. So we had one for cancer. So you go to your database, then you search for the terms individually. So I have cancer. Cancer. Then, please, before I do that, let me clear my system. Okay, so I search for cancer. I add it to my query box or search builder. Then what are the other concepts? I have tumor. So I have to add the tumor to the query box. And because they are related terms, I'm going to use the Boolean operator or to add them separately. Okay. Then I add, then I will add. Okay. When I'm done adding, and I'm sure that these are the terms that are related to cancer, I just search, and it searches in PubMed for me. Okay, so when you're looking for materials on cancer, tumor, neoplasm, you have about 5 million plus results. This is not what we are interested in. We are building a search. So I will go back to my advanced search and go and deal with the other concept, the management concept. So come and type management. Because they are related, again, I'm going to use the OR operator. Sorry, it should be the OR operator. So I had management, then I'll add, then I have to change to OR. So treatment, then I'll add with the OR operator. And then the last one was planning. Okay. So planning. And to these words, an individual shouldn't be discussing them alone. Sometimes these words are coming from the team who are experts in the field, so they understand that these are terms that are used in the field. Okay, so I add. Then I can search again in PubMed. So when I search for management or treatment or planning, I have 15 million plus results. Again, I go back to my advanced search. Now, one good thing about databases like PubMed is that it keeps a history of all your searches. Now, remember, we didn't set out to search for materials on management alone. Neither did we set out to search for materials on cancer alone. We are interested in the management of cancer. So I have to go back and say that add these results to my search query or my search box, and then add this one. Now, because this is a unique term, I will add with the AND operator. Then I can search. So when I did that, I had 3 million plus results. First, with the management, I had 15 million plus results, and with the other one, I had another results. But when I put the two together, I have 15 million plus results. And again, like I said, when you are using databases like this, you have additional tools like what we call the filters that can help you to refine your search. So as part of these 3 million plus results, some of the materials were published in 1784. You may not be interested in those ones unless the focus of your study extends to that far. So you want to refine it to maybe 2010. Okay. All right, let me put it here. Now it moved from 3 million plus results to 1 million results. 1 million set of results. Now, among these, some may be full and freely available in PubMed. Others, you have to pay for them. Depending on your exclusion and inclusion criteria, you will want to use some of these. So if you want only the free full text, you just filter using that. Then it comes to 940,000. Gradually, we are getting down. Maybe you are interested in only systematic reviews, which I don't think you will be focusing on, but assuming you are just focusing on systematic reviews, it comes to 17,000. So gradually, you are able to bring your results to a very refined output. So these filters are very good. And then additional ones you can actually go for. Now, one thing about PubMed filters is that once you apply them, you have to go back and reset them. Otherwise, these filters will apply to your subsequent searches. And sometimes you realize that the results you are getting is scanty. It's because the filters are being applied. So I'll filter them. Now, once I am done, I can go back to my advanced search. So everything I have done from the beginning of my search is recorded here. If you are reporting in your systematic review and write-up, you can just copy the search query as we have here, and then you paste it, or you can actually download it. You can actually download it, and then you go and paste it. Now, once we have done this, it doesn't mean that everything you have done is systematic. You need to sit down again and review your search with your team who are experts. Somebody will say that, no, this term that we use is not appropriate. It may not get us the best of results. Maybe planning is not a medical term. We shouldn't be using planning. The team will come together so that you refine the search till you get a better results. I think I want to pause here so that during the question time, if there anything comes up, I take it from there. Thank you so much. Okay, so someone is asking that I should go back to how I got the history box. Okay, so so assuming you are in PubMed, the results are displayed like this. You go to advanced, just under the search box, advanced. You click on advanced, then you scroll down. The history and search details will be there, including the time. And when you're reporting on your search, it's important that you include the date. You include the date and, if possible, the time, because every day, every minute, new materials are being archived on PubMed. And so if you include it and someone goes and does another and replicates the search you did with your query, and the person comes, so you told me you had 17,793 results, but as I did it, it's increased. It's increased because another day has come, another minute has come, and additional results have been added. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Dominic. I think we have someone raising.
All right. Patricia's hand is up.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening. I don't know if this is going to be taken, but you mentioned something towards the end of your talk about the team coming together to search. So I want to know, how exactly does the team work? For instance, if I'm in a team of 4, do I search alone and then get the results to the team to look at, or to another person? Does everybody search on their own and then we come together to look at it, or 2 people can search together? It's not quite clear to me on how the team works in searching.
Okay, so I would prefer one person does the search, but in identifying the key concepts, it shouldn't be that person's job alone. Okay, so we all agree that we are using cancer. We all agree that we are using neoplasm. We all agree that we are using this. So we help the person to get these terms. And normally the experts in the field will help a librarian on the team with these terms, and the librarian will put these concepts together and search. When he's done with the search, he has to also bring the output, the search query as you copy from PubMed, and show it to the team. And if possible, even another librarian to review that thing to confirm that it is indeed correct. But I don't expect that you go and do your search, I also do my search, and then it becomes something else. But we work together to get the concept and then the construct right. I don't know if I've answered you, Patricia.
Yes, you have. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
I think I have a question.
Okay.
My question is that in your quest to apply the search strategy to conduct your systematic review, can you use one particular database
All right.
to do your work,
Okay.
or you have to use multiple databases?
Thank you, Senior. Thank you so much. So you don't use one database. So when I started, I said that when it comes to systematic searching, you want to cast your net so wide. So you look for databases that you think can help you to get your results. I mean, results on the topic at hand. So if you are doing a health-related topic, so you don't just focus on Scopus. Maybe you want to you don't just focus on PubMed. PubMed, maybe Scopus, maybe Embase, and other databases. Now, when you go through the systematic searching in all these databases, at the end of the day, the team will have to sit down, because the results you get one result in PubMed, the same results is being indexed in Scopus. So you sit down and then you sift through. This way the selection process will start. You sift through, and then the duplicate ones, you make sure that you remove the duplicate ones. Siniato.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Following. Now, what criteria do you use to determine that this database is better and we have to use it, and this database is not all that good enough, so let's remove the result from this database? What criteria can you use to determine the quality output of a particular article from a database?
Okay, thank you, Senior.
I don't know whether my question is clear.
Yeah, it's clear. So,
okay.
One, if you are doing a study on medicine, you don't go and use the database for library information and abstract and information technology abstract. That is one criterion. Make sure that the database you use is very specific to the topic at hand. Two, there are some databases that have carved a niche for themselves. So PubMed, when it comes to biomedical and health-related information, PubMed is one of the places you want to go. And PubMed is not going to index any predatory journal or article, or an article coming from a predatory journal. Scopus, Web of Science, Clarivate. So these are renowned databases, and most often these are the databases that our university libraries will be subscribing to. And in the library, there are experts who actually review and evaluate each database before they subscribe to. I don't know if it's okay.
Yes, so it means that I have to be on the same A with my librarians.
Yes. So normally systematic review teams normally include a librarian, or should normally include a librarian.
Sure. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you too.
Very
Dr. Charlotte Ayima.
Okay, thank you very much for the teaching. I'm learning quite a lot. My question is in the area of the databases. What if you use multiple databases? My worry is, let's say use maybe this PubMed, Google Scholar, and EMBase and the other ones. when it comes to removing duplicates, is there a way that we can bypass manual removal of duplicates, actually do it maybe through a software or something? So
Yes.
how can we go about that?
So I know that we can use reference managers like Zotero. Zotero can help you to identify duplicates. So in Zotero, because the articles are going to appear in your reference manager and they are going to appear according to maybe title or something, you are likely to see them and then you delete them.
Okay, thank you. I'll try that option.
All right, thank you.
We have some questions in the chat box.
A question in the chat box. Do we use similar search strategy on the different? Okay, so do we use the same search strategy on different databases? The answer is no. Most databases behave differently. So I mentioned truncation, for instance, whereas PubMed may use an asterisk to truncate. Another database may not use asterisk. So you should be able to understand the databases. And this is where the librarians become handy, because you cannot leave your job in food science and come and be studying some of these things. So no, depending on the database you find yourself, the way you go about it will be different. And some databases will not even have the mesh database. PubMed does, some may not. So you have to go about it again. Thank you. So Fortune has answered. So for instance, Cochrane uses nest instead of quotation mark. Thank you, Fortune.
All right. Yeah, there is also another question that's asking how if you could demonstrate the use of mesh terms in systematic review.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so when you go to PubMed, so just beneath the search box, you have the mesh database here. So for instance, I'm doing a search on cancer. So I search for cancer. And my first result is neoplasm. And look at the definition. New abnormal growth of tissue. Malignant neoplasms show a greater degree of anaplasia and have the properties of invasion and metastasis compared to benign neoplasm. Now you ask yourself, does this definition fit what I intended to search, cancer? Does this definition fit cancer? If it does, then it means that what Mesh is telling us is that when it comes to searching for cancer, the best term to use is neoplasm. So you click on it. Then when you go down, you see the related terms to neoplasm over here. All these are related terms to neoplasm. So once you settle on if you think that neoplasm is the term to use, then you can actually add to the search builder. So what we were doing earlier in PubMed, we can do a similar thing here. What other term do I want to use? Let me say management. Then just search for management. Okay, so I have something like disease management. Will disease management fit the definition I really want? Because I'm not just interested in management. I'm interested in the treatment of cancer. So maybe disease management will be a good search for me. So I can just either I go inside, I click and read further, or I just check it and then add to the search builder. Okay, and here the disease management is a unique term on its own. And then cancer or neoplasm is a unique term on its own. So I will use the AND operator. So I'll add to search builder using the AND operator. And then if you're okay with it, you can just search in PubMed for results. All right. I don't know if it's okay.
Yeah, I think that answers the question. Thank you very much, Dr. Dominic. I think we'll be drawing the session to a close now. Don't worry, we have the recordings of the meeting and just after now, soon after now. Thank you very much once again for making our time to attend this Ask the Expert session. We hope to bring more of these interactive sessions to the community to enlighten us on important things on systematic reviews. But then till then, I just believe we do have a lovely day ahead of us. Thank you very much. So we may now exit the meeting.